Tent doors. I don't think I can't go through that. No. Oh boy. DRC data notebook. Yeah, these all go somewhere. Might as well just start poking around, right? I can come right back here, wherever they take me. The Watcher's Sanctuary. By the way, 100% recycled fiber, sturdy wireless binding. Analysis. Author, Simpson. Transcribed from voice recorder. Age, The Watcher's Sanctuary. Date, 10/7/2002. 4/19/03. 2 trips. 6 months apart, it looks like. Yeah. Okay, where to get started? The room itself is actually pretty simple, and at first glance doesn't seem to have much to it. Well, for your average explorer. There is actually much more here than meets the eye. Much more, at least as far as history. It's practically dripping off the walls. Fortunately, I dig that stuff. Lucky for you, I'm also better than your average explorer. Might be getting ahead of myself. Structure. Circular room with a number of doorways leading off in each direction. Large staircase. Might need some support work. Leads to an upper level. Okay, this just doesn't work without knowing some of the history and story behind this place. I gotta start there. I've done some translation and talked with Watson. This is great stuff. Alright, the tree off the balcony? I did do a little walking around. I can't see it well. Dark. But it's an old tree. Don't know exactly when it was created, although certain style and material elements suggest that as far back as the early 2000s. Long before a guy called the Watcher came around. And it's the Watcher that this place was created for, renovated for, and dedicated to from the time it was built in the late 4000s until the fall of Denis. The Watcher lived during the mid-4000s and spent most of that life on hidden, secluded ages. He wrote a book called Words, a prophetical book. Nostradamus type guy. Strange. Though it doesn't seem his prophecies caught on real well at first. Through a variety of events. You can ask somebody else if you want to know them all. The guy became more and more popular, then faded, then popular again. You know the deal. There was always a core group of followers, but the overall population wavered. I would imagine depending on how accurate they viewed his visions. Over the course of time, a whole lot of copies of his books were printed. We found plenty of them. As I mentioned, the tree, which I still don't know how to actually get to, was built long before the Watcher. No one at the DRC seems to know exactly what it was for. Best guesses are that the tree was built early on as a representation of the Denis that had come here. The new tree. They definitely had a thing for trees. So the Watcher comes along and writes some prophecies. They end up becoming pretty popular, and they do deal quite a bit with the tree, as much of Denis prophecies does. And an unknown guy builds this building with the tree as its focus. Seems like the building was an upper-class lounge or sitting room, pub, something along those lines. The intellectuals come and discuss the philosophies and politics of the day, although there was some homage being paid to the Watcher and his thoughts and ideas. This sanctuary, or whatever you want to call it, stayed successful even while ownership changed. It seems it changed as frequently as the philosophies and religious views of the people. It wasn't until Kadesh came along, yes, our good friend Kadesh, that the thing really took off. Unfortunately, right before the fall, I've just realized I haven't moved in the past few minutes. Standing in a building, giving an analysis of it without moving. Gotta love history. So back to it. Nice little coves in this place. Wouldn't be bad at all with a cigar and... Okay, Kadesh in the fall. Kadesh was the last guy to own it, and it seems he did some renovations. This is where the history and current day setup get interesting. The Watcher spoke quite a bit, in words, about someone known as the Grower. The Grower is prophesized to do a number of things, and it seems there are numerous interpretations of the Grower. Some say this person is a little more than a great lord or king, while others saw this person as a superhuman miracle worker, godlike, conquering time, space, and dimension, everything else. The views on the Grower were as varied as you can imagine. What's important is that Kadesh viewed himself as the Grower, as the one the Watcher had prophesied about. As a result, he modified the pub to honor not only the prophet, but himself as well. He seemed to be intent on fulfilling as many of the prophecies as he could, so he built this puzzling path of the shell to the tree. Brought the Ae'gura book here. Kadesh was the engineer behind its construction. Brought the Ae'gura book here and claimed that it allowed him to travel through time, back to the Denis world as it is, and as it would be. Kadesh claimed he wrote the book. All of these things to fulfill the prophecies. Each of the times the Denis were significant because the Watcher claimed to see visions of the past, present, and future. As a result, he wrote what he saw, never knowing if it would occur in the future. He had already occurred in the past, or was occurring as he wrote. People flocked to the place. Not only was it the only way to travel through time, but Kadesh himself was the only one who could solve the spiral path of the shell and access the tree. In fact, he would demonstrate his ability to anyone who wanted to come and watch. Nightly challenges were held to see if anyone else could access the room. If it seems no one ever did. Further confirmation of Kadesh as the Grower. I wonder if we're going to be the one. I wonder if that's going to be one of our goals, to access the tree. Maybe even the last one or something. That we become the Grower, a deity, a blessed one. Kadesh bragged that the Watcher clearly spoke of how to solve the room in his prophecies, and that anyone who could find the solution there. And that anyone could find the solution there. Easy to say when you did build this thing. Easy to say when you did build the thing. Maybe I don't get something. Lack of punctuation there is a little confusing. It's a transcript though. Either way, good luck reading through all those and figuring out anything, let alone the solution to some kind of weird Denis puzzle. So it seems that Kadesh ran the sanctuary up to the end. Obviously, at some point, we know he died. We've all seen the remains of the poor guy. An odd end for a guy that seemed to have so much. Had a book right there, but didn't use it. But that's another story. Okay, history out the way. I guess I should finish with this spiral path room. I'm not a big puzzle guy, but the room seems very confusing. A switch closes the door and turns on the light, and some mechanism releases the ball back into its starting point. There are numbers scratched into the walls of the maze as well. Enough of that. I can see myself going crazy in a place like this. Ah, the Denis. Oddly, there is no physical access to or from the city that surrounds the building. We know the building is up in Futility, a nice district, but there is definitely no way to get in from the outside and vice versa. Not sure if Kadesh sealed it up, or if it always was, but I would bet the second idea. It makes it handy to limit access. If you don't have a book, you're not getting in. And that would explain why the books here were never destroyed or taken. That's it for now. I'll probably get back here again after checking Ae'gura and Atrus. So even within the city, there are areas you can only access if you find the book that gives you access. There's a tree somewhere. There's a second floor up there. Got a few things to check out. That's where I came from, right? The way I came from, does it have a return book? What's that? Ah. I'm wearing it now. Alright. I'm wearing it now, but it's like a struggle to get the camera to look to let me see the front of my character unless it's a fixed camera angle. So if you find any cosmetic item, your character just puts it on the spot. That's what was up with the goggles. And then you have to take it back off at the wardrobe. At which point I would assume it's accessible at the wardrobe. I got 2 books down there. This might be why there's so few items at the beginning of the game. Is one, you can re-customize your character at any time, so you don't have to worry about being stuck with that design. But also you keep finding more stuff. Hello. Alright. Gonna write this down. Let's try to draw the shell. Not that hard to draw. There we go. So 189, and then the shell icon. Just kind of around here. Probably important. Probably does something. I suppose I can do that for your guys' benefit too. That is quite the font you guys get to deal with there. It's, I thought people had trouble with my handwriting. Hello. That's not a good sound. You alright in here? Hmm. 1-4. Being a little redundant here because I'm writing it down in 2 places. It's probably not the best call. Thankfully, unlike real books, I can just redo this whenever I want to. Let's see. Ah, there's no difference between brackets and, well, the other brackets. Let's do... There we go. It's a little bit better. 1-4. Maybe there'll be other symbols that I could write other ratios next to. I thought there were times, but now it seems like it might be a ratio. Although it could be a citation for the book. Ah. It probably is. Book 1, entry 4. So I've read it before, but I don't remember what it was. But that probably is a clue. What's going on around here? Ah. Ticking clock. Oh, this is what they talked about. A light comes on, and this happens. Can I push this? I can. A bit of a better camera angle. Yeah, they said you pull a lever, a light turns on, and the clock starts ticking. I guess I'll just go because I don't have context yet. But if I somehow don't immediately solve this or whatever, then I'll go back. I want to go back down now? Like maybe when the timer's over it falls down. Does it come rolling back down? Is it staying up there? He doesn't seem capable of pushing it more. Not sure what to make of that, but I know where to check. The front's just as, oh yeah, it's a zip up, like a tracksuit. It's like a tracksuit shirt, kinda, or whatever. I don't know what to call clothing. You ain't changing my clothes on me. I got a look, thank you. That's what I'll call it. So 1-4. Always. No, it's probably the fourth thing, right? Writing of links is a gift to be cherished. What? Oh wait, this is in the first page. Yeah. So we count the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. The door lies at the end of the path. Who will gather? Many. Who will finish? Few. That's what you get if you interpret as being the fourth line. If it's the fourth entry, it's loud cries yet again. Can it be made? No. We mourn our loss. No one sees. Okay. Alternatively, 1-8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The grower will take time. The grower will bring light. The grower will have ages. Take time and move it to and fro. Bring light and give it to the dark places. Have ages and link them without bindings. I mean, it looked like a giant indication of a clock. So take time and move it to and fro. We could move a thing back and forth. Bring light and give it to the dark places. There was a lit up thing at the end of the track, and there was a light that lit up when I lit the whole thing up. Let's see, what's the eighth one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The grower raises truth in the absence of eyes, while the deceiver blesses them in clear view of many. Without the grower, no one who are like the grower would never learn. Or those who are like the grower would never learn. Without the grower, the name known by all would not have existed. Yep, I don't know what's going on. It's all clear now. I figured it out. So upstairs is a puzzle chamber, and downstairs is 2 linking books and a notebook, which I haven't checked yet, the linking books. Nothing about this seems particularly interactive. There's that thing, which probably moves. A bunch of knobs. Or nodules, I mean. There is a hole there. Oh. Had it settled a little bit? That's odd. What happens if I turn it back on? They're gonna come down here? Yep. The door locks behind me. I hear it ticking, but nothing's moving, right? Huh. It seems to roll back down if I let go of it. Can I climb up and around it? I'm just thinking, like, I don't really want... It's in my way right now, right? My goal would be to get past it, because I want to go in that hole, probably. Yeah, the hole's visible down there. Are you interactive? No. That's the one that stood out to me. What if I just go charging in when it's supposed to be falling down? I won't let you, you can't make me. Oh wait, this is when it's the other color scheme. Not a color scheme, this is when it's not lit up. That's what I mean to say. You can't stop me. Not that this really amounts to much, does it? Because I'm just gonna go right back where it was. Stopping is kind of pointless. But for whatever reason, turning it off does nothing, but turning it on again drops it down. Oops, I just clicked out of the window. Whoops. Didn't realize that my mouse could escape the window so easily. Is the game gonna come back? Did I just ruin everything? Shit. I didn't mean to, I somehow clicked out of the window. Crap. That wasn't very nice, Mr. Video Game, glitching out on me like that. Get our asses back in there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that puzzle. I don't know if we have enough to go on yet. I'm not sure. I'm happy to keep exploring for now, but we'll see. Maybe I do know how to solve it. What do you do? Some tunnel. Welcome to Strange Tunnel. We keep our nothing here. I mean, who doesn't immediately reflexively just go backwards? What is that? Whoa. Puddle. This area looks massive, by the way. Is this where I find out I shouldn't have gone backwards? In the cave? Oh boy. This is huge. And I'm paranoid too, because like, what if the back of any one of these things has like the hand glyph thing on it? Oh, thank God there's a crack. I was like, how much empty space could they possibly give me here? I was a little worried. But there's a Silent Hill abyss over here. Oh. The hole down there. Oh! I fell in. That was not an invisible wall. Probably trapped in here, huh? Yep. Nope. Aha. Climbing. That's not going anywhere. This ain't going nowhere. It's dangerous to not have a linking book in this universe. You'll die. You'll just fall in some hole and everyone's be like, hey, it's fine, it's got a linking book, right? And nobody will look for you. And you will die. Oh right, the book showed up in my shelf because I unlocked it. That's handy, it does that. The clear upside is that, okay, this is a dead end. Definitely should have gone this way first. The upside is that if you do fall, or you do get stuck and you have to reset for any reason, the most backtracking you have to do is just going to the beginning of that linking book at least. As opposed to going through the entire network of linking books that led you there. That's interesting, isn't it? Huh. It looks similar to the symbol we saw on the other one, but all the boxes have like an indentation on them now. And also, I think it's different shape. I don't know, I'm not sure if I should be writing that down or not. It might just be a name or something. Just a healthy bit of hustle. I wonder if there's anything to do around here. I went left originally, right? Yeah. You have this direction. Oh, there's already a station immediately. I went every worst direction, didn't I? The first time. There's a big old vehicle here. Look at that. It's like a ship. If I go the wrong way, will it crash? Huh. Can I go in any of this, or is it just that? Okay, they're probably not. Yeah, those are textures, not doors. Those are fake doors. A very, very familiar metal grate stepping sound. Two handles here. Does the interaction button show up? Not the side ones, but it does in the middle one. Side ones might work when it's moving. What was that? The brake, maybe? I don't think it moves. I like the idea that you probably could put a bunch of players on this thing and move all at once. Oh, they're separate carts. Maybe the other one's there so that people could pull the brake if they're stuck in that compartment. So is this one... He's waiting. Yeah. Is the left one stop? Oh, the left one I can't even pull. Okay. He tried. We're going on a ride. This is exciting. It moves. It looks neat with the weird pistons or whatever in the middle.